Stop eating garlic right now. At least, stop eating it the way you probably have been for years. Here is the truth nobody tells you. That clove of garlic you just tossed into your hot pan. You may have just destroyed everything that makes it healthy. I know that sounds dramatic, but stick with me here because the science is absolutely wild. Garlic has been used as medicine for over 5,000 years. Ancient Egyptians fed it to workers building the pyramids. Greek athletes ate it before Olympic competitions. And modern research. It keeps proving our ancestors were onto something incredible. A 2016 meta-analysis published in the Journal of Nutrition reviewed 20 studies involving nearly 1,000 participants. The results showed garlic reduced total cholesterol by an average of 17 milligrams per deciliter. That is significant. Another study from the University of Adelaide found that garlic supplements lowered systolic blood pressure by an average of 4.6 millimeters of mercury in people with high blood pressure. For seniors, this could mean the difference between needing medication and managing things naturally. But here is the problem. Most people are making critical mistakes with garlic that completely cancel out these benefits. Some mistakes are just wasting your money. Others can actually put your health at risk. Doctors are starting to speak up about this more and more. And mistake number one? A study from the American Institute for Cancer Research found that this single error destroys up to 90% of garlic's most powerful compound. 90%. Gone in seconds. We will get to that one last because it is the most important thing you will learn today. But first, let us start with mistake number 10 and work our way up. Before we begin, let us know in the comments now your age and where you're watching us from. We read and reply to every single comment, so drop your comments below. Number 10. Ignoring your personal garlic sensitivity. This might surprise you. Garlic is natural, so it must be safe for everyone, right? Wrong. And this mistake lands at number 10 because while it affects fewer people, the consequences can be genuinely miserable. Garlic contains fructans, which are a type of carbohydrate that some people cannot digest properly. If you have irritable bowel syndrome, you might already know about the low FODMAP diet. Garlic is actually one of the biggest triggers on that list. A 2017 study published in the journal Gastroenterology and Hepatology found that up to 70% of IBS patients experienced symptom improvement when eliminating high FODMAP foods like garlic. That is a huge number. But here is what makes this tricky for seniors. Digestive systems change as we age. You might have eaten garlic your whole life with zero problems. Then suddenly in your 60s or 70s, it starts causing bloating, gas, or stomach cramps. Many people assume this is just normal aging. They never connect it to the garlic in their diet. The solution is not necessarily avoiding garlic forever. You can try garlic-infused oils instead. When garlic sits in oil, the flavor compounds transfer over, but the fructans do not because they are not fat-soluble. This gives you the taste and even some benefits without the digestive distress. Start with small amounts and see how your body responds. Pay attention to how you feel within 2 to 4 hours after eating garlic. Keep a simple food diary if symptoms persist. Your body is always communicating with you. Now let us move to a mistake that affects how you store this powerful bulb. Number 9. Storing garlic in the refrigerator. I see this constantly. People bring garlic home from the store and immediately put it in the refrigerator. It seems logical. Cold keeps things fresh, right? But garlic is different. And this mistake is costing you both nutrition and flavor. When you refrigerate whole garlic bulbs, the cold and moisture trigger sprouting. You have probably seen this. Little green shoots start poking out from the top. A 2014 study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry actually found that sprouted garlic contains different antioxidant compounds than fresh garlic. Now, sprouted garlic is not dangerous, but the texture becomes rubbery. The flavor turns bitter and harsh, and you lose that fresh, pungent quality that makes garlic so wonderful. The ideal storage method is simple. Keep whole garlic bulbs in a cool, dry, dark place with good air circulation. A countertop basket away from direct sunlight works perfectly. A pantry shelf is even better. Under these conditions, a whole bulb will last for months. Once you break the bulb and separate individual cloves, they will stay good for about a week to 10 days. Only after you have peeled or chopped the garlic should refrigeration enter the picture. Minced garlic can go in an airtight container in the fridge for maybe 2 days maximum. But honestly, fresh is always best. The compounds that give garlic its health benefits start degrading immediately after you cut into it. So chop only what you need right before you need it. Speaking of degradation, mistake number 8 involves a popular shortcut that many seniors use. Number 8. Relying on pre-minced jarred garlic. It is convenient. I understand completely. Those little jars of pre-minced garlic sitting in the refrigerator section seem like such a time saver. You skip the peeling. You skip the chopping. You skip the garlic smell on your fingers. But here is what you are really skipping. Nearly all the health benefits. A 2009 study from the University of Alabama at Birmingham examined allicin content in various garlic preparations. Allicin is the compound responsible for most of garlic's cardiovascular benefits. The researchers found that fresh crushed garlic contained the highest allicin levels. Jarred minced garlic? It contained almost none. The reason is simple chemistry. Allicin is unstable. It forms when you crush or chop fresh garlic, but it starts breaking down within hours. By the time that jarred garlic has been processed, shipped, and sat on a store shelf, the allicin is long gone. What you are left with is basically garlic-flavored stuff. It will add taste to your cooking. But those blood pressure benefits, those cholesterol-lowering effects, those antioxidant properties, dramatically reduced or completely absent. If convenience is your priority, here is a better approach. Buy a garlic press. Seriously, it takes about 10 seconds to press a clove. You can even buy pre-peeled whole garlic cloves in the produce section, which are much fresher than the minced version. Press or chop them right before cooking. Your heart will thank you for those extra 10 seconds. Now let us discuss a mistake that involves taking too much of a good thing. Number 7. Consuming excessive amounts of raw garlic. More is better, right? If 1 clove is healthy, then 5 cloves must be 5 times healthier. This thinking gets a lot of seniors into trouble. Garlic is powerful stuff. And like any powerful substance, the dose matters tremendously. The World Health Organization suggests a daily dose of 2 to 5 grams of fresh garlic for health benefits. That equals roughly 1 or 2 cloves. Not 1 or 2 bulbs, 1 or 2 cloves. Eating excessive raw garlic can cause several problems. Digestive upset is the most common. Heartburn, nausea, gas, and diarrhea occur frequently with high doses. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that participants consuming more than 4 cloves daily experienced significantly more gastrointestinal side effects. But there is a more serious concern for seniors specifically. High amounts of garlic can increase bleeding risk. This becomes especially important if you are taking any medications that affect blood clotting. Your body's ability to form clots properly can be compromised. The key is consistency and moderation. 1 to 2 cloves daily provides the benefits shown in most research studies. Spread your intake throughout the day if possible. Cooking garlic mellows its effects somewhat, so if raw garlic bothers your stomach, lightly cooked garlic is a good compromise. You still get benefits, just slightly reduced compared to raw. This brings us to mistake number 6, which involves a dangerous interaction. Number 6. Taking garlic with blood-thinning medications. This is serious. If you take warfarin, aspirin, clopidogrel, or any other blood-thinning medication, please pay close attention. Garlic has natural antiplatelet properties. That means it helps prevent blood cells from clumping together. For most people, this is actually a health benefit. It is one reason garlic supports heart health. But if you are already taking medication that does the same thing, you are essentially doubling up. A 2007 study published in the journal Pharmacotherapy documented case reports of increased bleeding in patients who combined garlic supplements with warfarin. Some experienced prolonged bleeding times. Others had more serious bleeding events. The international normalized ratio, which measures how long it takes blood to clot, was significantly elevated in some patients. This does not mean you must completely avoid garlic if you take blood thinners. Small amounts used in cooking are usually fine. The problem comes with garlic supplements or consuming large amounts of raw garlic consistently. Always talk to your doctor before adding garlic supplements to your routine. They may need to monitor your blood clotting more frequently. They might adjust your medication dose. Or they might recommend keeping garlic intake steady and predictable rather than varying wildly from day to day. Consistency helps your medical team keep you safe. Let us move on to mistake number 5, which catches many people off guard. Number 5. Eating garlic on a completely empty stomach. You wake up in the morning. You have heard that raw garlic on an empty stomach is amazingly healthy. So you chop up a clove and swallow it down. 30 minutes later, you are regretting every decision that led to this moment. Garlic is harsh on an empty digestive system. The same compounds that make it medicinally powerful also make it intensely irritating to stomach lining that has no food buffer. A study in the Journal of Gastroenterology found that consuming raw garlic without food increased gastric acid secretion significantly. Participants reported higher rates of nausea, stomach pain, and heartburn. For seniors, this is especially problematic. Stomach lining naturally thins with age. The protective mucus layer becomes less robust. Acid-related issues become more common. Adding concentrated garlic to this situation is like pouring fuel on a small fire. The solution is straightforward. Always eat garlic with food. It does not need to be a full meal. Even a piece of toast, some crackers, or a few bites of banana can provide enough buffer. If you want garlic's benefits first thing in the morning, wait until breakfast and add it to your eggs or spread it on your toast with some avocado. You get the same health benefits without the gastric drama. Your stomach will be much happier. Mistake number 4 involves timing around medical procedures. Number 4, not stopping garlic before surgery. If you have any surgery scheduled, this information could prevent serious complications. Garlic affects blood clotting. We talked about this with medications earlier, but it matters for surgery too, even if you take no blood-thinning drugs at all. The American Society of Anesthesiologists specifically recommends stopping garlic supplementation at least 2 weeks before any scheduled surgery. A 2001 study published in Anesthesiology documented cases where excessive bleeding during surgery was linked to preoperative garlic consumption. The surgeons had more difficulty controlling bleeding. Some procedures took longer than expected. Recovery was complicated by continued oozing from surgical sites. This applies to garlic supplements especially, but large amounts of raw garlic carry similar risks. Many people forget to mention their garlic habits to surgeons and anesthesiologists. They think of garlic as food, not medicine. But your surgical team needs to know about everything you consume that could affect the procedure. Mark your calendar 14 days before any surgery. That is when you should stop garlic supplements and cut back significantly on raw garlic consumption. Small amounts in cooking are probably fine, but discuss specifics with your surgeon. Better safe than sorry when someone is cutting you open. Now we reach mistake number 3, which destroys garlic's benefits through heat. Number 3, microwaving garlic. The microwave changed how we cook. It is fast. It is convenient. But for garlic, it is basically a nutrition destruction machine. When you microwave garlic, you expose it to intense, uneven heat almost instantaneously. A landmark 2001 study published in the Journal of Nutrition investigated how different cooking methods affected garlic's ability to inhibit cancer cells. The results were stunning. Garlic that was microwaved for just 60 seconds lost all of its anti-cancer properties. Completely. 100% gone. Compare this to garlic that was baked or boiled, which retains significant activity. The microwave's rapid heating denatures the enzymes in garlic before they can do their work. It destroys allicin and the compounds that would become allicin. The study showed that conventional oven heating at lower temperatures preserved much more of garlic's beneficial properties. If you absolutely must use a microwave in your cooking, add the garlic afterward. Microwave your other ingredients, then stir in fresh garlic at the end, or simply mince garlic and add it to dishes that are cooling down slightly. Another good option is roasting garlic in your regular oven. Slice the top off a whole bulb, drizzle with olive oil, wrap in foil, and bake at 400 degrees for about 40 minutes. The slow heat is gentler on the beneficial compounds, and the resulting sweet, caramelized garlic is absolutely delicious on bread or mixed into mashed potatoes. Mistake number 2 is extremely common and wastes so much potential. Number 2. Throwing garlic directly into hot oil or hot pans. Here is what happens in millions of kitchens every day. Oil heats up in the pan. In goes the minced garlic. Sizzle. Great smell fills the kitchen. And most of the health benefits just went up in smoke. Literally. High heat destroys allicin almost instantly. A study published in the journal Food Chemistry measured allicin content in garlic cooked at various temperatures. At temperatures above 140 degrees Celsius, which is about 284 degrees Fahrenheit, allicin degraded within minutes. Most cooking oils start smoking around 400 degrees Fahrenheit. That means your pan is usually well above the threshold that destroys garlic's most valuable compound. The flavor remains. You still get that wonderful garlic taste because the flavor compounds are more heat-stable than the medicinal compounds. But the cardiovascular benefits, the immune-boosting properties, the antioxidant effects, severely compromised. There is a better way. Add garlic at the end of cooking, not the beginning. Let your pan cool slightly before adding garlic. Just 30 seconds off the heat makes a difference. For soups and stews, stir in fresh minced garlic during the last 5 minutes of cooking. For sautéed vegetables, add garlic when the vegetables are nearly done and cook just until fragrant, usually under a minute. You preserve far more of the beneficial compounds while still getting great flavor. It feels backward because most recipes say to start with garlic. But the science is clear. Later is better for your health. And now, the moment you have been waiting for. The number 1 most important garlic mistake. Number 1. Not letting crushed garlic rest before cooking. This single mistake is probably the reason most people get almost zero health benefits from garlic, and almost nobody knows about it. When you bite into or cut into a fresh garlic clove, nothing medicinal exists yet. The magic compound allicin is not inside the intact garlic. What is inside are 2 separate components. One is a compound called alliin. The other is an enzyme called alliinase. When you crush, chop, or slice garlic, these 2 components mix together for the first time. The enzyme transforms alliin into allicin. This is when garlic becomes medicine. But here is the critical part. This reaction takes time. A 2001 study published in the Journal of Nutrition examined this exact process. Researchers found that garlic crushed and immediately heated showed minimal anticancer activity. But garlic that was crushed and allowed to rest for 10 minutes before heating retained its full potential. The enzyme needed time to complete its work. The researchers tested various rest times. At 10 minutes, the enzymatic conversion was largely complete. The allicin had formed and was protected against heat degradation by its chemical structure once fully developed. Think of it like letting bread dough rise. You cannot skip that step and expect good bread. You cannot skip the resting step and expect garlic to perform as medicine. The recommendation from researchers is simple. Crush, chop, or mince your garlic. Then walk away for 10 minutes. Let it sit exposed to air at room temperature. Then proceed with your cooking. During those 10 minutes, do your other prep work. Chop vegetables. Measure spices. Set the table. It costs you nothing except a tiny bit of planning. After the rest period, you can cook the garlic however you want. Bake it. Saute it. Even microwave it if you must, though I do not recommend it. The allicin has already formed and will resist degradation much better than garlic cooked immediately. This explains why so many garlic studies show benefits while so many garlic eaters see none. The researchers running the studies knew about the resting requirement. They prepared their garlic properly. Home cooks generally do not. They chop and immediately cook. They destroy the enzyme before it can create allicin. They eat garlic that looks and smells right, but contains almost none of the compound responsible for health benefits. For maximum benefits, eat garlic raw after letting it rest for 10 minutes. Mix it into salad dressings. Stir it into hummus. Blend it into pesto. Raw rested garlic contains the highest allicin levels. If you cannot handle raw garlic, light cooking is fine. Just remember those 10 minutes first. This one change transforms garlic from a flavoring agent into genuine medicine. Doctors who understand garlic biochemistry consider this the most important thing any patient can know about using garlic for health. There you have it. 10 garlic mistakes that doctors warn seniors about. From storage errors to medication interactions to that crucial 10-minute waiting period, each of these mistakes can dramatically affect whether garlic helps you or just tastes good. The research is overwhelming. Garlic genuinely supports cardiovascular health, cholesterol management, blood pressure regulation, and immune function. But only when you use it correctly. Let me quickly recap from most to least important. Always let crushed garlic rest 10 minutes before cooking. Never throw garlic into scorching hot pans. Avoid microwaving garlic entirely. Stop garlic supplements 2 weeks before surgery. Do not eat raw garlic on an empty stomach. Be extremely careful combining garlic with blood-thinning medications. Keep your daily intake moderate at 1 to 2 cloves. Skip the jarred minced garlic and use fresh. Store whole bulbs at room temperature, not in the fridge. And pay attention to your body's individual reaction to garlic. Small changes make huge differences when the science is this clear. Your heart, your blood vessels, and your overall health will thank you for getting garlic right. Now go crush some garlic, wait 10 minutes, and enjoy this incredible medicine that has served humanity for 5,000 years. Just do it the right way. I have to ask you something. Did you know about the 10-minute resting rule before watching this video? Drop a comment below and tell me honestly. I am curious how many of you have been letting your garlic sit versus cooking it immediately. No judgment here. I only learned about this myself a few years ago. Now, we want to hear from you. Did you know about the 10-minute resting rule before watching this video? Have you been making any of these garlic mistakes without realizing it? Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. We love to hear them. Thanks for watching.